Hi guys, I'm back again today with another video. I was watching Yes Theory because I like their content and I saw this video and I was like, maybe I should react to it. So that's why we're here if you're wondering, because this is our first ever Yes Theory reaction video. So there we go. Before we do start, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell button, and let's get it. This is 50 hours in African country that doesn't exist on the map. Um, well, it doesn't exist on a map, so I don't know where it is, I guess, because I'm wondering where.
The country I'm currently in is technically the eighth most dangerous country in the world, but the locals
Dangerous.
consider it so safe that the currency exchange here happens on the street. This is $10,000 just on the street right here.
$10,000. If this was in like Nigeria, Ghana, whatever, yeah, you are getting shot, probably. Um, what? So they consider it the eighth dangerous country in the world, but look, wow, where is this though?
I'm here for the next 4 days trying to understand the culture, the people, and the political situation that this country is in.
So how on earth is this possible? How can every embassy website
Somalia.
heavily advise against traveling here, yet the reality on the ground is very much unlike what it seems? On another one of my quests to travel to a country that doesn't exist, I felt very ready
It
for
does exist.
surprises in the so-called
map.
country of Somaliland. After a tumultuous end to my
I did react to something similar, but in my comment section, some people said there's no such thing as Somaliland. It's Somalia still. But let me know, guys. Let me know.
Somaliland. After a tumultuous end to my trip to Cameroon, getting chased out by the army,
Cameroon Secret Service is alert, wondering what a foreigner is doing in the area.
I traveled home for a week to rest and recuperate, gathered my energy and
Cameroon?
hopped back onto
Why
a
can't you
plane
go
to
to
this
Cameroon?
unusual region of the world.
Well, I'm back in Africa. I think it can be very easy to let setbacks
Africa.
like this one hold us back in life. However, I've chosen to believe that moments like this is just the universe testing my commitment to the purpose behind the stories that I've chosen to create.
I didn't think I'd have the courage to immediately jump back onto the horse, especially to technically travel to the 8th most dangerous and 6th most violent country in the world. But deep down, I felt good about this trip and clear about my intentions, and so I decided
Media,
to go.
though. The media
As I get
is-
ready to board my flight, I wanted to remind you that
Because-
we'll be choosing 3 people who purchase from our massive
the video he's
holiday
showing
drop
is
live
okay,
right now
it's, like,
on
really
seatdiscover.com to join me on a trip next year.
There's somebody that should be at the gate here.
Oh,
yeah.
Kwame.
To capture this journey,
That's
I brought
a very
Kwame,
Ghanaian
our
name.
videographer who helped us capture our story in Ghana,
Yeah, there we go.
Thomas.
Nice to meet you. Finally.
I know.
and I connected with Samia, a Canadian born and raised, yet Somali ethnic who decided to move back to her native land with her mother and grandmother to rediscover what they had once
That's
left.
nice.
As soon as I came, I felt something. The thing that was missing when I was in Canada, it was here. It was just there was a
Somalia.
huge puzzle to my life missing, and it all made sense when I got here.
Wow.
Personality traits, attitudes, like everything, I would fit in way better here.
Aw.
Where are we going first?
And we're actually gonna make you a millionaire today.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
See, Mom, I told you YouTube videos would work out.
Oh, I was
As a
easily a
cash-only
millionaire.
nation where the locals pay
in
either by
Indonesia.
directly texting each other money or through hard cash, we needed to get some currency for our trip, and the trust displayed before my eyes blew me away.
It's just there?
So these guys are running their own banks out here,
Damn.
just sitting on the sidewalk exchanging cash. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. Damn,
wonder-
just carrying thousands of dollars here.
How the exchange
Thank you.
rate is on the
Yes.
street
So-
compared to, like, let's say a more credible so like a bank, right? Bank compared to those people on the streets. Let me know which one is more like better to change your money at.
150 euros is 1,475,000.
the currency exchange
millionaire.
market, it's just one of the oldest, most beautiful traditions
Okay.
and display of honesty in our country. People go to prayer, leave their money there, and they come back, and the money's still there.
What?
Again, because it's 100% Muslim
No,
nation.
you're
like, the level
lying.
of honesty is so instilled in our
What?
people. It's also like they're going to prayer, you know,
Yeah.
like almost God is watching their money too, right? Like they're going
Wow.
to pray.
Yeah. Oh, that's so wholesome.
A lot of people coming up on the street, curious.
Yeah. How are you?
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Muse.
Muse.
Ah.
I'm Thomas. Thomas.
I'm Thomas.
Now you got shy.
As I honestly felt safe walking the streets with some curious locals coming up to say hello and making us feel welcomed, I was honestly surprised.
Did you feel when you moved here that, did you have any concerns about safety or any of that? Like, did you feel good moving here?
Oh yeah.
Because
I actually had to like unlearn a lot of my
ideas
safety precautions because I was traveling so much in Africa and I'm so used to clutching to my bag, and here it was like, no, just feel free and
Wow.
know that someone will bring you your phone when it goes missing.
Oh,
the rest
nice.
of Somalia is not
Yeah.
the same.
Totally
right?
different
Like,
ball
yeah.
games, yeah. Like there's other places where you have to have a bulletproof car as a foreigner, whereas we're just walking around like this.
Yeah. And there's just a bunch of cash.
You'll soon understand why and how Somaliland has become different from Somalia, a country that indeed would not be safe for me to walk around unsupervised with our big cameras on the streets like we are right now.
They're on a photo shoot.
Yeah. TikTok crew.
TikTok crew.
Can I get your number?
Number? Wow, so straightforward.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Nice to meet you guys.
I want to see your TikTok.
Being technically in the Somali region, I was expecting to feel more like I did in Afghanistan, where there was always a slight undertone of tension while walking the streets. The only reminder here of where we are is that to leave the city borders, we'd need an escort.
Oh, nice to meet you.
How are you?
Wow, look at you. You've got a whole thing. I don't think I've had an army escort on a trip before.
Only because we're headed outside the city, so any border crossings you have to have an officer with you.
Oh.
Okay, so where are we heading now?
Going to a camel milk farm. Have you had camel milk?
You
I
had a
know.
sneaky smile on your face. I'm scared now. I think we should give some kwame. You can be the guinea pig. So you're also lactose intolerant? So we're on the same boat here.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
And we're sharing a hotel room, so. And luckily there are 2 bathrooms. He's just
Oh,
roaming.
gosh.
Whose camel is this?
Mine now.
Wow, you can smell it. We can smell the camels. Hello, any camels home? Oh my God, there are so many camels.
Oh wow. Oh wow, he's not kidding. We
are
have
in
numbers.
the middle of camel milk. I feel like an idiot right now.
Why?
I can touch him. I feel like I shouldn't. Whoa! I'm just saying hello.
I thought
Your turn.
Oh no.
oh my
Glad
god, I
I'm not
can't.
the only one that's
How
scared.
how is it
Like,
that I
one
forgot his
baby out at a
name?
time.
Okay.
So
Thomas?
the baby finds the mom.
Yeah.
They let the baby have first dibs at the milk.
Yeah.
And then they
I'm gonna go with Thomas. I think
Wow.
this is
Hey
Thomas,
guys, I'm
right?
glad we can all attend the meeting. Been thinking about this for a long time, and calm down back there. I feel like
For somebody who's traveled a
Steve.
lot, I would have
that was
thought
a really bad
he's
bit. I'm
already
sorry about that.
encountered camels.
So instead of going to the supermarket to get
I'm
milk,
gonna check
just come
if
here and get
this
some
is
camel
Thomas.
milk.
I think it is. It's been a while since I watched them. Yes.
What is happening? Oh, whoa. They're laughing. It's not a good sign. The camel farm. No better place to do it, right?
Yep.
Oh, just straight like that?
It's actually pretty good. It is warm though. Yeah. So straight from the camel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Thomas.
I don't know why I thought it was gonna taste like the smell of the farm, but that's just a dumb idea. A couple lactose intolerant boys enjoying some camel milk.
Tomorrow morning is gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be interesting.
Okay, our biggest day of adventure begins. We ready?
Yep.
Where are we walking up to right now?
We're headed up to the ancient caves, La Scale.
Okay.
So you'll find some of the most ancient paintings to prove that civilization was here
Oh.
5,000 to 7,000 years ago. It's
Whoa.
one of the oldest findings in all of Africa.
Is this the tallest mountain you've ever climbed?
The only mountain I've climbed.
Welcome to the spectacular site of Las Gil,
That
a
is
collection of about
beautiful.
30 incredible caves, 12 of which have a significant amount of paintings that have miraculously survived the test of time.
How is this here?
Oh, whoa! Wow.
Strategically located in front of an area that previously had flowing streams of water, it was once a gathering place for nomadic cattle herders. The cattle were revered in the eyes of their herders, often depicted above humans as a highly valuable resource and a source of life for these nomads. These beautiful paintings now serve as a memory of their existence and a gift for the few who venture this far to find them. More scarcely depicted, we can also find giraffes, a sign that this area was likely much greener a long time ago.
The colors of the rock, like to choose this spot to do the paint. Like the location itself is very thoughtful.
He actually said this is the conference hall.
Oh,
They would gather in one spot to have serious discussions. This is the area.
so this seat right here was the king's throne back in the day. Not a bad spot, actually.
It looks
I think
really
this has gotta be the
majestic.
most ancient
It's giving
human
me like
that
Lion
I've
King
ever laid my eyes
vibes.
on. For you as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's one of the most amazing pieces of history I have had to like interact with.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing.
We need to watch the Ghana version
I'll have to
too,
admit-
because I want to see.
To understand
By
why
the way, I'm half
Somaliland became
Ghanaian,
a
if you
country
didn't
that
know.
doesn't exist, we were immensely lucky to sit down with Dr. Edna Adan, one of the most significant and important personalities in Somaliland.
I mean,
all,
her
Dr.
name
I'm
is
so honored to
literally on the building.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, I feel.
You came very highly recommended.
That's great.
As a nurse, midwife, and activist, she was the first female foreign minister of Somaliland and previously served as Somaliland's Minister of Family Welfare and Social Development.
Nice.
She is the director and founder of the Edna Adan Maternity Hospital we're currently in. Having lived through many of these immeasurable, inhuman times, she's got a strong voice and opinion
Wow, she
on
is
Somaliland's
some
future.
The Republic
lady.
of Somaliland of today is a country that very little is known about because it's a country that is peaceful and stable and a country that is functioning, a country that people spend their energy rebuilding.
For our story, there are 4 key moments necessary to understand. The first is that the stark reality of this region, and like for the rest of Africa, borders here were drawn by the European colonizers. In 1885, European leaders met at the infamous Berlin Conference to divide Africa and arbitrarily draw up borders that exist to this day. A meeting that no
So why did
Africans
my comments
were
say
invited
there's no
to.
such thing as
Many ethnic groups were
Somaliland?
separated and previous tribal borders were ignored. Our second key moment comes 80 years later in the 1960s as the colonizers left and African countries gained their independence. But after decades of separation, as cultures and even languages in some places had changed, most African nations decided that there were no other choice but to maintain the colonial borders. Somaliland was a British protectorate until 1960 when the British Empire left the territory. This meant that Somaliland had finally become an independent country for 5 days. Because just a few days later, once the rest of Somalia was freed by Italy, our third pivotal moment arrived as the two formed an alliance and became the Republic of Somalia. However, reconciling two nations that had been separated for as long as they had turned out to be incredibly complicated.
Oh,
Now, with the Union, we were looking at ethnic similarities. We totally overlooked our differences. Corruption, the language differences, the culture differences, the ethics that were different. We had very little holding us together. And that's when the punitive action started taking place. That's where the killing started.
Our fourth key moment was when Somalilanders eventually wanted their independence. And by the 1980s, a civil war broke out. Somaliland rebels began to rise up against the communist leader, Siad Barre. Then, in 1988, in a last resort to stamp out the rebels in his country, Siad Barre did the unthinkable. He ordered bombs to be dropped all over civilians and over the country, leading
Oh
to what is today
no,
called
he is
Hargeisa
in hell.
Holocaust.
This is the literal plane that was used in the genocide against Somaliland.
So this plane took off from the airport here to bomb the actual city?
Yeah. And all the people, all the residents.
It's your
Somali
own
government
people,
aircraft
though. Like,
would take
what
off from
is
the
your
Hargeisa
problem?
airport and then turn back
Some
around
people.
to make repeated bombing runs on its own city. By the time the bombing was over 90% of the city of Hargeisa was destroyed.
The most horrible human atrocities took place against the people of Somaliland. 250,000 of our people got killed. The city of Hargeisa that today has close to 2 million population. I visited it in July 1991, and I'm not someone who cries very easily, but I cried because I had never seen that level of destruction in my life. These are the horrors we lived through.
The civil war continued and many fled, but the border of Somaliland that only existed for 5 days was eventually secured by the rebels. The rest of Somalia has remained disputed up to this day, leaving Somaliland separated with their own political leaders, identity, currency, and army,
Okay.
but without
I get it.
their own country.
No.
But in spite of all these facts, that Somaliland is not a colony of Somalia, is not a fragment of Somalia.
That's
the
why
United
it's
Nations that once
country
wrote
that
about
doesn't
those
exist on the
atrocities
map. Okay, I
today
get it now.
allows Somalia to sit in the United Nations seat and to represent Somaliland and itself when it has absolutely no right to do that. Now the victim is being also told that the aggressor, your assassin, represents you. Somalia represents you. Somalia speaks for you.
A lot of these people sitting around here right now too, they lived through it. They lived through the genocide. So it's only 30 years ago, really.
Did you feel hopeful?
I wonder how
being
the
here
other
now?
side
Oh,
feels
completely.
about.
Yeah, because
This?
it's
Let me know.
like a nation built by the people, you know, like we built it back up again. So it's so much more. It's like building your own home, right? You're gonna love it so much more.
Those who believe in human rights and who believe in justice and who believe in the voices of those who have been dealt an unjust, unfair deal should go back to the drawing board and look at the case of Somaliland and Somalia and give Somalilanders their day in court. I hope that my message will interest the minds of institutions that I created to protect human rights. And thank you for this chance.
Aw.
Thank you.
Wow, what an enlightening conversation.
So many goosebumps, so many moments where I was like, wow, like, I mean, even for someone who lives in Africa, you really very rarely hear of these things.
Thanks for helping me capture that.
Thank you for bringing me here. It's an honor. Really.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we're learning both so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the same page.
yeah.
And over the next few days, we'd explore all sorts of sides of the country that we had absolutely no idea existed.
Wow.
Somaliland coast.
We are at a typical nomadic settlement.
Mashallah. Soo socodsiina ma halkan iska yara fadhiistaan.
Oh wow.
Ka iyo dhulka dhexdiisa soo marteen. Ilaahay helin garka.
That's in it. We have arrived in a totally green and lush part of Somaliland. I think the image that I had in my mind was country just mostly in the desert, and then you come and you just get to see that there's always more than you think there is. Where are we right now?
We're at the livestock market where there's just camels lined up everywhere. So there's a secret bargaining handshake that they do here.
Whoa!
What is that?
Stumbled into you men here playing a game of, you call it checkers? Some kind of checkers? Do you know how to play this?
No,
No.
no clue. It just looks like they're throwing rocks around.
Came here to play some football with the locals.
Oh well, Thomas is European, so yeah, it's good. He said football.
Nice to meet you, bro. Nice to meet you.
Somaliland FC.
Brother from another mother. Yeah, my name is Habani.
Are you proud to be from Somaliland?
Yay, come on, brother.
Home sweet home.
I'm proud to be Somalilander, yeah.
Yeah.
And I like all the other people, no matter black, no matter white, no matter Muslim, no matter Christian. You all sing. Salute.
It's a beautiful perspective.
One of the hardest parts of some of my trips to Afghanistan and Iraq was elevating women's voices in those places, as filming them spontaneously without permission is often not allowed. So on this trip, with the help of Samia, we wanted to find some fearless women pushing.
Wow, playing basketball
I've
and
been here
all.
for years and I had no idea there was a girls' basketball court.
Yeah,
Really?
or team even.
Hi.
Salam alaikum.
Wow.
Walaikum salam.
Nice to
I'm
meet you.
Hafsa. Welcome to Hargeisa.
Thank you.
I know you were in good hands with Samia.
Yeah.
I didn't even think this was an option for girls. Like
Yeah.
traditionally, culturally, girls are supposed to be at home, you know? For girls to be able to get out and run and have fun like that. It's so nice.
What does basketball represent for you personally? Therapy.
Yeah. Whenever I feel sad, whenever I feel angry, I just come here. And it's a way to
Yeah.
recognize yourself, like recognize what's going on in your body, in your mind,
Yeah.
and just doing something.
Is it growing as like women and girls playing sport?
In the society now, they don't accept it. Truly speaking, they don't like their girls because it's not part of our culture. We said we're not stopping playing.
Yeah.
So that's why they
Wow.
accepted it.
Wow.
It's not easy, but they accepted it.
Samia had told me earlier on the trip that since she arrived in the country, she'd started her own initiative to empower young girls.
Girls are likely to be kept at home, but the boys will get sent to school. It rang through my head again, and I was like, this isn't right. This ratio needs to be evened out. So if I see a little girl on the street at the time of school, I'll just ask, like, where's your mom? You know, like, where do you live? And do a little bit of investigation, and I find out that it's always going to be a monetary thing why they're not in school. So if we can eliminate that factor and send them to school, that'd be great.
You've set up a
So
way
she's-
for people to donate and help support.
Yeah, I
Oh,
reached out on
wow.
Instagram, told people about it, and I was surprised that there was so many people willing to take the plunge and like help out. So yeah, we have this little community, and right now we have 30 girls in school, and I'm so proud, but I like to see what could happen in the future.
Nice one.
Feeling highly inspired by the initiative that Samia started to help these girls to go to school, we wanted to surprise her with our own support. So on our final day of the trip, we visited
Yes,
Samia's
Yuri.
mother's home to experience an authentic Somaliland breakfast with a surprise.
I'm Thomas.
Oh, she looks like a mom.
Traditional Somali breakfast is liver.
Whoa.
Liver? Did she say liver? That's breakfast?
Yeah.
I mean, even for dinner, I don't think I would want liver,
So kind.
but I will try
That
it.
looks incredible. Somali breakfast. Jack.
Somali tea.
We're doing three episodes across 3 different countries in Africa, but all 3 are sponsored by our clothing, Seek Discomfort.
Oh, wow.
I spoke to our team and we wanted to bring $10,000 to these girls because I just feel, for me, education is like the most powerful thing you can gift anyone. And I was
True,
so
true.
inspired to hear that you were going out and finding these girls.
That's unbelievable. That
So-
that already lifts my eyes to like a future that I couldn't see past 3 years.
Some people cancel after a couple of months, but you can't just abandon this kid that you put into school. So you still have to find funding elsewhere to continue education. So that's where your money gonna come
my
in.
God.
In case someone pull out, in case we increase more students. Yeah.
Like all the people who support us, and for us to be able to pass it forward is just like a gift and like a pleasure that I get to have throughout all of this. But
Wow, financial security in that is like unbelievable. That's huge. That's bigger than breakfast, man. Bigger
Obviously.
than breakfast.
thank you for breakfast. Yeah, amazing.
Michael,
Oh.
nice to meet you. Yes. Come back again.
This trip to Somaliland represents everything I seek on my trips. A humbling shift in perspective, friends in a new corner of the world, and a story I hope can open the eyes of those watching. I can't speak for how and if things will ever change for this small, unrecognized country, but I hope that the conversation will at least stay alive.
Let's do another trip.
Oh, inshallah.
Inshallah, that would be great.
Amazing.
See you.
See you.
Bye.
Thank you for empowering us to empower others through Seek Discomfort. We'll be taking 3 of you who purchased from this year's holiday collection with us on a trip next year, so I hope you will seize your chance. Thank you for another year of trust. Thank you for another year of support, and thank you for being the most genuine community on YouTube.
Of course, with that kind of message, your community will definitely be genuine because of the message of your channel in general. But anyways, yes, that's what I love about yes theory is stepping out of your comfort zone, but also like empowering people, yourself, and also helping others. So that's why. But anyways, let's go back to Somaliland. And yeah, we did react to someone, a YouTuber who also went there, and yeah, it was all great things that this other YouTuber also said, like what Thomas experienced as well. So I don't know what the comment section was about in my previous video. Probably it wasn't a lot of people who said it. Maybe it was just one person who said it, and I just saw that. But anyways, this has been a very eye-opening video. Every time we react to Somaliland, it's always like surprising. It's very beautiful. So let me know if you're from there. Let me know down in the comments. And if there's other things you want to clarify, let me know also as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.